Hi Leo, welcome to your August 2023 Astro-Tarot scope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign, though if you're only going to watch one, I do advise that you watch your ascendant sign because it's likely to be the most accurate. I use whole sign Western tropical astrology when I'm looking at these transits, so hopefully that gives you a clearer understanding of where it is that I'm getting these kinds of insights from. With that said, if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you, and if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So, for your first transit, I want to look at Mars trine Jupiter. For you, this is happening across the 2nd and the 10th houses. Finally, I hear many of you screaming, right? Basically, this is some good news around your finances. So Saturn is opposing your resources house at the moment, right? So you've got Saturn in the 8th house, which is limiting the access to other people's money or passive income, etc., that you have at this moment in time. And because it's opposing your 2nd house, you are having a lot of Leos have reported to me that they're having challenges sort of with the financial aspect of things. Now, it's also in your 8th house, which is limiting the reach. It's limiting the reach that you have to other people's resources. But this aspect is gorgeous, right? Because the reason I say this is because Mars is in your 2nd house of money, finances, and resources. So it's ramping up production. It's making you more sort of serious about making more money. It's potentially speeding up the rate of transactions as well. You've got Jupiter in the 10th house, which is an energy of growth and expansion in your career sector. So this aspect is harmonious, and for best results, attach it to something and begin tapping into it around 5 days prior to this. So this is the 2nd, so let's say like from the 27th of July onwards, you want to start really tapping into or leaning into this, because the aspect, the trine between Mars and Jupiter will come exact on the 2nd of August, right? Jupiter in the 10th is showing you how to expand and grow that career and it's also showing you how to embrace the notion that you can have more than you may feel ready for at this time. In a trine to Mars, it's providing the energy that you need to make it happen, and potentially seeing you spending money on creating things and a path for yourself that will enhance and expand your finances and the resources that you gain through your career. So this could be that you spend money on making yourself more visible in some way, shape or form. It's helping you make your reach, to broaden your public status in some way as well. It might also be a time be a time investment that you're needing to put in now in order to move ahead. So it's like you're putting a lot of time, effort and focus into something, which is the most valuable resource that we have, is time. Don't matter how much money you got or what status you are, the grand high king, previous boobar, whatever it is, it don't matter. It don't matter who you are. The one resource that we are not making any more of is time. And so that might be the thing that you're investing in. Now, Mars can make you a little bit more spendthrift in the 2nd house as well, so just be mindful of that. For this transit, what does what does Tarot have to say for us? How is it, going to help us get more clarity or detail on this? And for this, we've got the Queen of Cups. So potentially a water sign woman could help you with this. You've got the Knight of Swords and you've got the Two of Pentacles. This is, in a lot of ways, I think for a lot of you, this is going to help you understand where maybe your cautiousness around spending money on something is actually now starting to be more of a hindrance than anything else. This could be where maybe you're holding too tightly to one idea, but you're trying to move towards something else. It's almost like there's conflicting messages here. So I actually think this transit can help provide the clarity that you need to move ahead financially. So love that. On the 8th of August, we've got the same houses being activated. So the 2nd house where that Mars is, but now it's coming into a conjunction with Mercury, and those energies are going to trine the energy of Jupiter and Uranus in your 10th house. But now, more importantly, the moon is in that 10th house as well, and the moon is a potentiating factor in astrology, right? So this is like Mercury is starting to give voice and to enhance your finance sector. It's definitely making you smarter, more acute when it comes to what have I got, what is going in, what's coming in, what's going out. It's making you pay real attention to the details. We become surgeons with words and thoughts and facts and figures when Mercury enters Virgo. And for you, this is around your money, right? So, and because Mars is there as well, this could see you getting really cut and dry about what you need to get rid of. What is your income? What's your expenditure? Like getting really serious about doing the, you know, the unsexy bit, basically. It's putting your finances under a microscope and helping you understand how to get the most out of them. It's also increasing the transactional nature of resources as well. That exalted moon, which is sandwiched between Uranus and Jupiter, is also providing opportunity from the past, or even that maybe you're not like aware of. So it's almost like that it enhances your earning potential. So there's a potent signature here for maybe it sees like a bigger financial reward or response than you had imagined for something. So maybe at this time you're thinking about doing something or putting something out into the world, and you're kind of like, okay, you know, well, this seems like a good thing to go after or to do. And it's like you're seeing this now sort of excuse me, taking shape or form in a way that is way bigger than you expected, like in terms of the financial material rewards. For some of you, this is a gift that comes through, you know, maybe a familial tie, but also potentially it could be an inheritance. For this, you've got the King of Cups. So you've got a mated pair here with the Seven of Swords. Okay. And the Knight of Wands. So what do we see? You've got two knights. Two knights represents intimacy. So this could see you getting up close and personal with your finances. It may also reveal to you where you're not supposed to mix finances with another person any longer. Doesn't have to be your significant other. This could be a friend. It could be somebody that you know that you use a service for or with, etc. The other thing as well, though, your financial desires and your financial sort of realities may not be matching up at this moment in time, and you can use this transit to really help that happen, all right? On the 24th of the month, the sun the sun's going to be at like 1 degree of Virgo in your second house of money and resources. Saturn's in that 8th house of other people's money, you know, sex, death, the taboos, etc. And then you've got the moon at 5 degrees of Sagittarius at this time. And so this is setting up what we call a mutable, which is the mode of energy that each one of these signs express, T square, right? As if that wasn't enough, Mercury goes retrograde on this same day in your money house, right? So this mutable, there's an intensity here, and it centers around your finances for the month, and also your main desire is to make more money, to enhance your financial security through your own means and your self-reliance and self-sufficiency. Your needs suggest that it's almost like you need more enjoyment and more fun, but you might not even recognize that at a soul level. It might just be something that you kind of feel deeply. It could also be that there's needs, that those needs for more fun and freedom and enjoyment are actually just not being fulfilled or expressed. And then therefore it's like you get the reality check coming in from Saturn in the 8th house that suggests that you're feeling a limiting factor in your access to someone else's help, support or resources. So it's almost like there's a feeling of heaviness around what is possible, and because of like the burdens that come through other people right now. So you might be looking at some area of your life and saying, well, you know, if I didn't have this to deal with, actually everything else would be running smoothly. You do need to check if that's actually the case. Mercury going retrograde here, I think, is really going to help you put money, finances and resources in their proper place. And, you know, in the opposition to Saturn, is getting you to voice the harshness It's getting you to give a voice to the harshness of those realities and help you find a way through. All right, so it feels doom and gloom, but actually if you use this and you do it constructively, this is the way through, right? And that enjoyment, fun, pleasure, getting out of Dodge for a while, not just sitting at your desk and just hammering and tongs and then coming home and working more, like finding ways to be creative, to be more leonine, right? That is your key to getting through, as well as paying attention to the facts and figures. For this, you've got the Four of Cups. Get out of that I don't have mentality and into that gratitude energy, and then you're going to start to manifest the best and brightest. And you've got this with the Temperance card. This whole transit, this mutable T-square, I think is going to really reframe money for you. What happens at the beginning of the month is great for your finances. What happens closer to the end of the month is going to see you put in the right energetic scaffolding in place in order to build big and to create big wins when it comes to your finances. This is some kind of remedial action that's being taken, and I think it's going to help you get out of that lack mindset and into the gratitude and the abundance mindset, which is great. And then finally, for the... let me lay the cards out because I've already started now. All right, but on the 27th of on the 27th of August, Mars is coming into the sign of Libra. This is your third house. So Mars coming into the third house. Truth of the matter, it's either going to be amazing or it's going to be awful. All right, I don't know if it will be, you know, you might try to make it a little bit of both, but it's Mars. Mars is very cut and dry. Libra is not. It's kind of like it does this weighing up thing. So things might go too far one way and then they come back and and you spend time kind of doing this, right? Now, Libra wants to deliberate, wants to find a solution that's best for everybody. Mars wants what it wants when it says it wants it, which is usually yesterday, right? In the third house, this is potentially harsh words, right? So this could be harsh words, challenging conversations, on that sort of day-to-day level. So potentially fallouts with neighbors and or siblings or cousins. I hope that's not the case. It is likely to be that you are being experienced as being a bit more aggressive than usual. So that's something that you need to be mindful of. It's like how you come across. You might not mean it that way, but the way that people receive you is that. Excuse me. The other thing as well, it could, because Mars is severing energy, it could potentially see you breaking ties with a community or a local area. For some of you, this does potentially suggest or spell out a move. This could be a problem with a contract of some sort, or it could be you exiting a contract in a way that you're happy with. Because Mercury is going to be retrograde at this time, be careful when it comes to contractual stuff, especially things that you're signing that are new. It's also as well, beyond all of this, Mars rules your 9th house and your 4th house. So some kind of conversation around a higher belief or something that's been passed down to you. So it might not necessarily be your own belief. It might just be something that was handed to you that you kind of swallowed whole. Could be the key to releasing a burden around you and yourself. Venus rules your 3rd house. She's currently in your sign and retrograde at this point. And this is very much about the stories that you tell yourself about who you are, where you come from, who you can be because of those things, right? So there's a chance to rewrite this, because whatever you're hearing, it's either through somebody else's voice or what's been handed down to you. Really deep stuff, this last transit. I gotta be honest with you. You know, usually you just say like, oh, Mars in the 3rd house, yeah, you're going to be really busy on the day-to-day level. That's definitely the case, absolutely, but it's going to be more than that. There's also a conversation that ends a paradigm of old beliefs that hold you back. I love this for that. Now, look at this. You've got the World card with the 4 of Swords. That's not only a change of community, especially when it comes to work, but it's also a change of the belief structure and systems that you have in place that now you understand. By holding this belief or this idea or even this vibration, I'm actually stopping myself from shining. And that Venus in the 1st house is really helping you see yourself in a different possibly better light, and so your self-esteem, your self-worth is raising, and so therefore your ability to generate more money and funds, etc., is also coming up. And the beauty of this is, by the time you get to here on the 20, like when you come to the 27th of the month, so at the end, you've only then got at that point like literally a week before Venus goes direct in your sign. So this stuff around money, finances, etc., you know, and Mercury, I think, well, actually no, I can't remember what day Mercury finishes its retrograde, but it's not a great deal of time along after that either. So really, really interesting stuff. All right, now let's get into it. So for your new moon, we've got the new moon in Leo. This is your new moon. You get one full moon, one new moon, one full moon per sign per year. This is yours, right? This is that time to exalt yourself, to set wishes and intentions and grow seeds around things that you want for yourself. All right, and for this, you've got the gate 24 and returning. Do you know what's returning, Leo? You are returning to yourself. That's what all that retrograde energy is trying to show you. And I love this because it means that you really are returning to not only your best days, but the best version of yourself as you understand it, that's free from other people's bullshit. Your full moon in the sign of Aquarius, on the other side of the heavens, you've got the gate 19 and sensitivity. If you are single, this full moon is very likely to highlight someone to you that you kind of think like, whoa, you know, this person really has my attention. But this is going to be like, and I don't know if anybody else has this, right? When I really like someone, like usually I can be calm and witty and all of that kind of stuff, right? I can do that. And then the second I meet somebody that I really like, I turn into a complete klutz. Now, I'm naturally very clumsy anyway, but oh my gosh, it gets so much worse. Like, if you will know, like if I like someone, I get tongue-tied, my cheeks go red, I'll look at my shoes and just talk to my feet instead of actually talking to them. I get even more clumsy, as if that's even possible. Like, I don't know if anybody else feels that, but you will know that this is your person or that there's something between you, because you will feel that heightened sense of sensitivity, and all of your usual tells that you like someone will be very much to the fore. If you're partnered, married, or in a long-term commitment and there's no chance of, you know, wanting or needing to meet somebody else, you know, there's people out there that are poly, right? So, and hey, listen, you do you. If it works for you, love it. I mean, I don't know if I love it, but do you know what I mean? Like, good for you is what I'm saying. No judgment here. This is a judgment-free zone. Now, if you are partnered or you're already in a commitment, this energy around this full moon is really showing you where you and your partner are missing that connection and can get it back. All right. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic month. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.